Rashaan, just start out. Tell me how practice is going so far and how's the team look this spring?
The team's looking real good, man. We got a lot of young guys, but I'm pretty sure, these guys getting the hang of, just high school football, especially the speed of the game. But, I really think our team's, making real big improvements, as far as going into our spring game.
Tell me about the defense so far.
Well, the defense is actually improving, man. I didn't really expect our defense to be this good from, just basically off of the previous practices. We've been pretty impressive.
And you got another pretty good defensive end on the other side, don't you?
Yeah, Darian Yancey, man. That's one of my brothers, man. Me and him, man. We always try to go at it, try to get as many sacks as we can, man. We always compete, man.
You can have like a personal contest this year, so you can get.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, definitely.
Who's gonna get it?
Oh, you already know me. Come on.
Well, I know you played mostly DN with your hand in the ground. Have you had the opportunity to play any stand-up DN or outside linebacker?
Not lately. I don't think they'll probably add that probably till August. I think they probably gonna kind of keep it basic this, going into the spring game.
What are some of the biggest things you're working to improve on this spring?
Definitely my hands. A lot of time last year I was getting locked up with the tackling. Basically what I've been working on, just using my hands, getting off the tackle, and making more plays, and definitely wrapping up and running through the player.
Have you added any specials, moves or any pass rushing moves?
Yeah, I've actually been trying to use the spin move more. Okay. So yeah, I've been adding that into a few of my moves.
So we might see that against Stanhope Friday?
Oh yeah, definitely. You'll definitely see that.
Okay. Well, update us on recruiting. Tell me how it's going. Any teams making a big move with you or anything like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Auburn has. Georgia really has. And UCLA, those top three teams have really been going at me a lot. So, and definitely, Florida State, they've been coming at me too. And also, I think LSU been kind of coming at just a tad bit, but
do you have any visits planned the next couple of weeks?
Not any visits. Probably, anytime soon. Probably after my spring game. I definitely be hitting up the West Coast.
How about Big Cat Weekend? You gonna be there for that?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be there for Big Cat Weekend.
Were you there last year?
Yeah, I went there last year.
Just tell me a little bit about it, how it was, and what your expectations are for this year.
Oh, I actually enjoyed it. Definitely with the events they set up for us. With the balloons and all that crazy stuff. It was actually fun. So I'm pretty sure. I'm really looking forward to this Big Cat this year. I'm pretty sure they added a few more things. Just to make it even funner.
And tell me about Sunday night, because you and your family spent some time with Coach Malzahn and the coaches. Just tell me who all was there and what are some things y'all did.
Rhett Lashley, Rodney Garner, obviously Malzahn. Alice was there. Pretty much most of the defensive and offensive, a little bit of offensive, but they really, all we did, man, we just really sat down, and just actually talked about, as far as what they would do with me if I would have come to that school. We definitely I really got a good idea, how they, most of the things they were telling me pretty true. So I'm starting to get, trust them even more, some of the things they've been telling me.
How hard is Auburn recruiting you compared to some other teams out there?
They are actually recruiting me harder than most of these other teams. They've really been kind of, turning up the heat lately.
The fact that they're not taking for granted that your father played there, that you live here in Auburn, what does that mean to you that they're starting to recruit you hard?
That really means a lot. They're really not taking off on anything just because, they're right down the street from me. But they've really been hitting me hard lately.
And just overall, how do you feel about Auburn right now?
I feel pretty good about Auburn. I'm still, looking at other teams right now. I'm still open. But Auburn, they've really been turning up the heat. So I guess, this, giving me a good look at, they really want me or not.
And I know you talked about making a decision at the end of the summer. Any chance that could happen at Big Cat, or are you going to stick firm to the plan?
Yeah, I'm going to stick firm to the plan. I think, once I take a few more visits, then, I'll be ready to make my commitment.
And overall, where would you say Auburn sort of stands on your list right now?
They're definitely probably in the top 5. This, just because of the actual, meeting we had with the coaches, with my family. So they've definitely moved up. And
what Auburn coach, I guess, do you spend the most time talking to and spend time with?
Definitely probably either Rhett Lashley or Ellis. Me and him, him being the defensive coordinator, so me and him pretty much been talking a lot.
And linebacker coach, they like you as that inside linebacker right now?
Yeah, pretty much the wheel. And they definitely now can actually play the star position, pretty much those two positions.
Now I know they got commitments from Trey Williams. Does that affect how they say they sort of could use both of y'all? Or?
Oh yeah, they actually wanted, their dream commitments were me and Trey, other guys like Deshaun, the guy from Viger,
right.
Linebacker. But you know that it doesn't really change anything. But they really, you know, those guys that they got committed to them are pretty good athletes. And I definitely know if I would ever commit to them, you know, I'd be playing with some good athletes.
So that's sort of a plus. You like
yeah,
the idea
oh yeah,
of playing
definitely.
Really good
Playing with good athletes, man, that just makes the team even better. You know, especially the defense. So.
And they talked to you about inside linebacker and the star position.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if you happen to grow another inch and maybe 30 more pounds, maybe back at DM.
Yeah,
like that?
yeah, that's the thing. They've really just been waiting on me, you know, as far as my growth, you know, a couple of other things. But other than that, man, they've really been looking at me as far as will.
Rashaan Evans, thank you so much for taking time out.
No problem.